I was, I was thinking of a Star Wars kid. You remember the Star Wars kid? The guy was doing all the Star Wars move with like a curtain rod or something like that. And early days of like modern like social media is like that got shared a lot. The Star Wars kid, and people edited the hell out of it and did remixes and stuff like that. And that's just the nature of the internet. I was thinking about that guy and how after that, he was constantly made fun of for it. The whole country, whole world really laughing at him, and that had an effect on him. I mean, I haven't done any research on this matter. It's just stuff I've learned over the years. It's stuff when I look up Star Wars kid in my file brain, my brain file. I'm reading the file card that I've collected over the years. It's like, I know he had trouble with depression afterwards. He never really lost any weight, and that's a big cycle and stuff like that. It would motivate me to lose weight anyway. The and deals with depression now because he's a big joke. And it's a shame. It's a shame that sometimes you can go viral and it can ruin your life. And that's kind of the point I'm trying to make, is that like fame can ruin your life. And so when I hear people who like, I want to be an influencer, and it's like, what does that mean? I want to be an influencer means you want to have a lot of followers, and when you say something, if you say buy brand X, people are going to buy brand X, and that's apparently how you make money. All right, just because you're popular, just because a lot of people follow you on Instagram or on YouTube or something like that, you want to be an influencer, fine. But it's a very shallow desire to have. Wanting to be famous is a very shallow desire to have. But I do this not because I want to be famous. I do this because I have to get these things out of me, or it festers and it blows up at work and my job and I get fired and stuff like that. That's usually been the pattern before I had this show. Now I can hold a job. Now I can hold a job, and people are like, hey, can I get you to work at Wednesdays at 2? I was like, no, my pressure valve is from 2 to 3 every Wednesday. Must happen. And I was thinking not only about the Star Wars kid, but I was also thinking about the Island Boys. Island Boys, you know who we're talking about. Did you see the picture I put up for them? You don't have to put up. Everyone knows who we're talking about. I just wanted to point out, is like, it's the only reason they got famous is because they're so freaking goofy looking. Yeah. Plus, I mean, it is a little catchy line. Island boy. But, I just trying to make it. I'm an island boy. If you live in Miami, you're not an island boy. You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't exactly, living in Jamaica because they're rich white guys and they're smart enough not to go to Jamaica. You shouldn't go to Jamaica or Haiti or anything like that. Where the real island boys are up to some real serious shit like eating each other. All right. But I was also thinking about the Hawk Tuah Girl. She got famous. But back to the Island Boys. I'm sorry. The Island Boys, they got a little clout and stuff like that because of a little bit of money. And so in order to keep that income coming, they had to like keep upping their game and stuff like that, get more ridiculous face tattoos, neck tattoos, or even doing videos of tattoo removals and stuff like that. See, and this is not even stuff, I don't even watch these guys. This is just stuff I picked up about them by watching media and talking to people and so forth. All right. And I heard it got to a point where they even like doing an OnlyFans content with each other. Not necessarily, I don't know. I don't know what kind of person signs up to their OnlyFans, and says to these brothers, why don't you two kiss each other? I don't want to know. Wow, you got a lot of their pictures.
I figured some stuff out.
Okay. That's awesome. And they're just so goofy looking. They would have been good looking kids if they didn't do all that shit to their face. You know what I mean? And and if it gets to the point where you need to like do like kissing your brother, kissing his neck content in order to keep the money flowing, you're in the wrong business, pal. All right, I'm getting creeped out. These guys skeeve me out. They should skeeve you out too. But also like the Hawk Tuah Girl, she went viral for this goofy little thing she said while drunk on the street. And next thing you know, she's putting out this like meme coin thing that's turned out to be a scam. People lost money and, and it was probably because she had that clout, because she all of a sudden Hawk Tuah Girl was a thing. Everyone wanted the Hawk Tuah Girl on their podcast. And some jerk came up to her with a scheme, get rich scheme. It's like, hey, push this meme coin or whatever. He gets all the money and runs off. Awesome. Can you do this like about everything I talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Figure some stuff out.
I like that. We're leveling up here. And fame is just such a shallow thing to want. It could destroy you. I mean, talk about Kurt Cobain for a second. Whatever you think about his music, you know how I have a strong opinion about his music and how glad I am that he's dead. And whether you think that, he was a CIA asset or Courtney killed him or whatever you think about his death, there have been quotes from Kurt Cobain. This is awesome, dude. Thank you. There have been quotes from this guy saying he didn't like fame. He didn't like people recognizing him. He didn't like feeling like a rock star. I think even in suicide note, it's like, I don't understand people like Freddie Mercury. How could you how could you enjoy this? So he disliked it. And do you know Adam Duritz from Counting Crows? When Counting Crows hit, keeping you on your toes, bud. When Counting Crows hit, what was it, August and everything after the album? Terrible name for an album. Excellent album, though. And when Counting Crows hit, it was on rotation every half hour on the radio stations. It was all over MTV and stuff like that. And Counting Crows is everywhere. They're playing Leno. They're playing everywhere. Everyone wanted a piece of the Counting Crows. And Adam got real anxious, socially anxious of all the attention and fame and stuff like that. It really messed him up. And he kind of wanted to withdraw from the world. And one of his friends eventually, and like Counting Crows wasn't doing anything for a while. And he's like, a friend like convinced him to go be a bartender like in LA so he can get out of his shell, and start interacting with people, start liking people again. Because fame could like mess you up in that way. And unfortunately, I hear he's doing better. Sha la 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 la, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm making fun, but it's because I loved his music. I loved that first album. It was great. But fame can tear you up, and I thank God that I'm not famous. I thank God that I'm ugly and abrasive. People don't like me. I thank God that every now and then I get a subscriber for a day or two, like for 12 hours. Doesn't he look like a nice, normal guy?
He looks super friendly.
Yeah, he looks like a real nice guy. And so, like I'll get like 215 subscribers right now, and then like I'll get it 216. It'll go up to 216, and then 12 hours later it's back down to 215. I was like, what did I say? What video was it? And they're like, and plus, say like my most viewed video, and this, I'm so ashamed of this, is the Nightwing sexy butt video. And it's something like 3,000, 4,000 views it has. And it's like my most viewed video. Now imagine that was 3 million or 4 million views that I had on that video. And all of a sudden I get a ton of revenue just from that one video on my channel. I get a ton of views and and people are asking me for more superhero butt content. And all of a sudden I change the name of this channel to Superhero Butts. And I'm talking about this. No way. I really didn't like that angle of my thumb pointing right at his butt. You know what I mean? Hey, Nightwing. Anyway. So I thank God I'm not famous. I thank God that I'm ugly and abrasive. A little more money would be nice. Go to patreon.com/shockmonkeyradio. Get yourself a sticker pack.